Hello everyone and Shabbat Shalom. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge this is a very unusual Shabbat service. We are here at PSJC without a congregation, and we have not seen most of our friends and family in about 3 weeks, and we're all feeling isolated and out of sorts. So thank you to everyone who's joining us online. It means a lot that you are here with me. Now, more than ever, I'd like to thank the people who have guided me, taught me, and supported me. Thank you to Rabbi Carey for guiding me through my bat mitzvah ceremony. Thank you to Aileen for being such a wonderful Hebrew school principal. Thank you to Michal, my bat mitzvah tutor, for being so supportive and patient and getting me through to this point. Lastly, big thank you to my family who have supported me through this process and even made it a little bit fun. Due to this happy misfortune, I learned 2 half Torahs for today's service. In both of the half Torahs I read, Tsav from Jeremiah and Malachi from Shabbat Hagadol, God is extremely angry with his people. Now this happens a lot in Jeremiah. God has a very long list of complaints, but the main one is that God's people don't listen. No matter how much God commands them or how many prophets and priests God sends, they do whatever they want. They basically said, "We know that what you're doing and we got it covered." God disagrees. God sees the people that getting worse with every generation. It's not just that they disobey God's commands, they also trick each other and treat each other badly. Even when they do follow God's rules, they do not do it with the right intentions. They go through the motions but not in a mindful way. This makes God really angry. The half-Torah starts with God telling the Jews to go eat their burnt offering themselves, which sounds a little like go eat you-know-what. And that's just a warm-up. God threatens to dig up their bones and send poisonous snakes to an empty town, empty their towns, and make their lives so miserable the dead don't see them lucky. My dad told me that the Puritan ministers in old Massachusetts loved the book of Jeremiah. They used it to scare congregations into behaving better. I think the Puritans were right about Jeremiah scaring other people into behavior, but it's interesting that on one hand, Jeremiah is saying that people don't listen, and on the other hand, he's trying to scare them, which suggests maybe he thinks they can listen. If they were as hard-headed and stubborn as he says, he wouldn't even be trying to scare them. When I first read this, I was a little shocked that God would try to make his people behave better through threats and intimidation. Of course, you can force people to do whatever they want this way, but if you want to make people mindfully good instead of just scared, it's way to go. But then I realized all the threats in Jeremiah weren't just about intimidation, because in the end, God says, "Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom. Let not the strong man glory in his strength. Let not the rich man glory in his riches, but only in this one glory, an earnest devotion to me. For I am God, act with kindness, justice, and equality for the world." In other words, God and Jeremiah are not just trying to scare them and bully people into doing the right thing. They are trying to teach them to be humble, to understand their wisdom and strength and riches are small, which is really important is kindness, justice, and equality. In normal times, we don't go through our days thinking about kindness, justice, and equality. The big things are going to school, showing we're smart, and working out, showing we're strong, making jokes, showing we're clever, but we're learning now that none of this matters if we can't be humble ourselves. Rich or poor, clever or dull, strong or weak, everyone has the same responsibility to stay safe and keep everyone around them safe. Being rich or famous doesn't get you out of this one. We're all in this together. Our family, friends, neighbors on our block, the people in our city, in our country, and in the world. We are all citizens of the same planet. No one is going to be safe until we're all safe. That might sound like a curse, but I think it's a blessing. I hope we can remember that blessings after this pandemic is over, and that we can stay humble. We don't have a Jeremiah threatening us with poisonous snakes, but we do have scientists warning us about climate change and pollution, and what these will do to our world. I hope we can find the humbleness to confront these ways we are confronting the coronavirus. Not by thinking that we are humans, are all powerful, and can bend nature in our will, but by seeing that when we are make individual sacrifices all the time, every day, we can gradually heal the world. I hope we don't wait for the next disaster to strike before recognizing that we can't just do whatever we want with our own universe and expect it to all turn out okay. We are always near the we're always here that every little effort helps, and this is clear now more than ever. Not just in terms keeping others safe, it's also about how we treat each other every day. We must be patient and kind. It's strange to talk about patience and kindness in the context of the double Haftorah I read, but I think under all God's wrath, which is why it ends at the close of the Haftorah with Shabbat Hagadol, the Shabbat prior to Passover, with a beautiful picture of God bringing parents and children together in peace. It's as though the cure for a world that's falling apart comes from doing those closest to us, and taking responsibility for the things that we can't directly affect. I wish everyone to stay home and healthy, and remember to put all your heart into small things that are under your control every day. Shabbat Shalom.